All right, well, here we are. Bob and Wendy just dropped off at Turner Lake in the middle of the Coast Mountains of British Columbia. We're the only ones out here today, and we are going to be here for 3 days and 3 nights. It's Friday today, and we get picked up Monday. So we're really looking forward to spending some time here, enjoying the wilderness and just having a brand new experience. There goes our plane. Now we're truly alone, and we're here to enjoy a really different kind of experience, probably a once-in-a-lifetime event for us to do something like this, to fly into an isolated place. Now there's 3 little shelter type cabins, and we're going over there now to make a decision on which is the best one, which has the least mice and which looks like the most like home. I understand they're pretty primitive, so let's go have a look. I'm gonna check out this one. It looks like something out of the past. Well, this isn't so bad. I was expecting something far worse. So there's bunk beds here, a table, a chair, sink, and there is a wood stove, which we're asked to only use if we really, really need it. Okay, here's number 2. So we get to choose. So I think there's really only 2 cabins. The third cabin is a supply cabin. All right. Well, I think we'll go with number 1. So now we start packing things up from the float, but it's not very far, and settling in. So I'll get back to you after a little while. All right, here we are. We've got things set up in here. Bob's got this bunk bed over here. We brought our 2 chairs, which probably was a good idea because the chairs for in here aren't very good. And then this is my section, our kitchen. We brought all our own dishes. There are some dishes here, but really we can manage with what we've got. I'm surprised at how good it is after hearing just how primitive it was. And it is. It's very simple, but it's certainly fine. And there's squirrels racing around and chipmunks. So I think we've got to keep the door shut. And whenever we're away at all from the cabin, the food has to go in the food cache. Okay, I'm just going to wander down to the beach. So this is Turner Lake. Look at this beach. This is beautiful. There's Bob having to read. Well, what a wonderful day this has been for our first day up here at Turner Lake. And I've just made myself a hot chocolate. I'm just going to settle in here, watch as the sun goes down, and just enjoy being out here. Well, good morning, and it looks like it's going to be a great day here. Have a look at the lake. The mist is just coming off of it. We're just having our coffee, and we're going to be going paddling today. We're going to get a canoe down to the lake and go explore a little bit of this beautiful area. Well, Bob and I are out on the lake. First time that we've gone paddling together in a canoe. Lots of times in kayaks, but we're needing to refine our skills of canoe paddling, which is probably going to take more than half an hour. It's a beautiful mountain right here beside us. Really beautiful countryside here. And Turner Lake goes down that way in that direction for about 7 kilometers. So we're just staying up around this end today while we become more comfortable with what we're doing in the canoe. Now we're going to try some fishing. So there's Bob in the back there. He's working on his steering strokes. And it's a perfect day to practice. I think that was a really good experience, and I think that we're going to be able to paddle just fine. Bob's really getting the stern strokes figured out, how to track us into the direction that we want to go. We start out a little wobbly, but it hasn't taken long. We paddled kayaks a lot and boated a lot, so it's basically the same rudder movement but with a different kind of a paddle. So we're doing fine. Oh my goodness. Look at this morning. Mist just rising off the lake. Well, this morning, Bob and I are up a bit earlier. So we're going to paddle down to the end of Turner Lake. At the end of the lake is Hunlen Falls, which we flew over last year when we were up here. It's a wonderful waterfall that drops about 1,000 vertical feet. We're going to paddle down there. It's approximately 5 or 6 kilometers. We're up early as the wind tends to get up in the afternoon, so we're not sure how long it's going to take us. It's very still this morning. So we're going to get down there, hike about 25 minutes over to the lookout, 25 minutes back, and then paddle back. We hope to be back midday. It's around 7, just after 7 o'clock now. So we're going to get an early start and come along and share this adventure with us. All right. Well, we've been paddling for just over an hour, and we're almost at the end of the lake now, where we can see the bridge ahead that goes over the narrow opening above the falls. And we're just going to try and find a little spot to pull the boat up on the beach and tie it up, and then head on to the lookout. So catch up to you in a little bit. Well, we're off on the hike. It's probably going to take us, say, half an hour. So we'll see how we go. All right, well, here's the bridge coming up. We're just going to cross over here. Sheer drop off along the edge. Yes, I think it's about 1,000 feet. So we will not be dropping off. All right, so here's Turner Lake on this side. It's smoky. There's 2 fires in this vicinity, but not evidently threatening to us. You can just hear the falls. We're going through this little forest here. Evidently there was some big fires. I think the pilot said in 2004, if I'm not mistaken, devastated this whole area. Well, we just found this sign upside down on the ground. And here is the steep cliff, of which I am not going any closer than this. So we've got to go a little bit further so we can get around to see the falls. All right, well, we made it. You cannot see how far these falls drop from here. So we came from above the falls and we've climbed this lookout hill, and so that we can have this magnificent look at these fabulous waterfalls. Okay, there we are. Falls between us. What a beautiful day. It's a good hike though. Wasn't very long, but it was lots of roots and lots of loose stones. But this is the payoff to be up here. Well, I'm not getting any closer to the edge than this. This is it, folks. So it's over 1,000 feet from top to bottom. Pretty amazing. And there's a wonderful valley down there, but the smoke has settled in down there and really you can barely see a thing. That's okay. Up here is some of the glaciers that feed this waterfall in the lakes, the Turner Lake chain. Right, well, we're making our way back to the canoe. We have been advised by those in the know that we should turn around after being at the falls and start heading back. although the lake looks totally tranquil here, but it's common for the wind to get up anytime after 11, and we're approaching that time now, I think. So we'll just have a drink of water and a quick bite and start heading back to our campsite. And we made pretty good time getting down here, but you never know. We may be a little more tired and we may need a little longer to get back. Perfectly calm. Couldn't be calmer. Anyway, we're happy about it. We're not complaining. It makes it much easier for us to paddle. We're just going to carry on and maybe try a bit of fishing after we get around this next big point. That was a good morning. It must be lunchtime by now. Starting to feel like it. Worked up an appetite this morning. Good morning. Well, this is our last morning up here at Turner Lake. Slept really well last night. So did Bob. The mouse was still scurrying around, but I think of him more as a neighbor now instead of a threat. So we've just about got the cabin back to the way it was. This was our little home, and we've left it nice and clean. I think we were pretty comfortable in here, actually, and we were talking about how we'd adjusted to the silence after a couple of days. Home sweet home. Looks pretty good. Early morning sun shining on it. We had a great day yesterday with that paddle down to Hunlen Falls. And then in the afternoon, we went out to the other end and we did some fishing. And I got one on and it was great. It was a lovely trout and it jumped out of the water and spat the hook out. Also had 3 other really good bites. So I wasn't going to keep any fish anyway. I really wasn't keen on cooking them up and attracting any of the grizzly bears or black bears that actually roam around here. We didn't see any, but we know they live here. So it was a great day, a great evening, quiet, wonderful sleep, and we've really enjoyed being here. It's been interesting to watch how we've adjusted to such an absolutely quiet and remote environment. And we've done just fine. We feel quite comfortable here now. And don't really want to go back to too much noise, although I think Bob would like a little more action, probably related to his iPad. Here we are, waiting for the plane with the sun in our eyes. Here, look this way a little bit. Yeah. There. So what did you think, Bob?
Well, it was nice. The weather was good. It was very quiet, and the lake water, treated lake water out of the lake, is probably the best water I've ever tasted in quite some time. But anyway, it's nice. We had a nice time. It'll be nice to be going back. It's just too bad it's so smoky.
Yes, because we know that the view from the plane is amazing. Last year when we were here, we did do a tour, and that's what brought us here to Turner Lake. We saw this lake, and I had this crazy idea we should go and stay down there. This turned out to be great, but we do know the forest fires are still raging, and we saw lots of smoke from behind the hill across the lake from us. We know it's another valley over where the fire is, but still pretty smoky. But we don't smell the smoke, funnily enough. Either that or we've just got used to it, but I don't think so. We don't. Just the way the breeze blows, it doesn't really smell smoky. So, yeah, we're just going to sit here on the dock and wait for the plane. So it was a great trip. I would say it was one of the most interesting and unusual things that we've done for quite a while. So we'll take some photos on the way back. It's well past 9 or 10. It's now probably, 12:30? The plane has been socked in by smoke at Nimpo Lake. Thank goodness I had my Zolio, so I checked in and they said they'd come for us by 12, but there is a plane landing on the lake to take us out. Bob is especially happy. There she is.
Got a bit of smoke. Info?
Yeah, we did. We were smoked in this morning.
Whereabouts what fire is that coming from then?
It's one way up in North Tweedsmuir Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got a northwest wind last night, and it took the smoke down from that area and plopped it right on us.
All right, we landed safely here at Stewart's Lodge at Nimpo Lake. And Ethan.
Hey!
Hey, second time our pilot.
Yes.
Great success. Tweedsmuir Air flew us in and out of Turner Lake, and had a wonderful time. Yeah, couldn't have been better. Maybe the smoke could have made it better, but all round it was just a terrific trip. The loons are greeting us as we come in. And if you enjoyed coming along on our little journey, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps the channel. Thanks again for watching and for taking your time to watch us have a great time.